Good afternoon, everybody. It's Carter Zinn and Narendra Rosharol with the No Cap broadcast crew coming to you live from the Nest here at Tam High. We've got the Tam freshmen going against the El Cerrito Gauchos. This is their fourth meeting. We had a delay with some umps, so the varsity coach, CB, is going to be calling balls and strikes from behind the mound, and this game is about to start, Narendra.
Yeah, round 4.
There's a line shot foul down the left field line. On the mound today, we've got Nico Rosharol, number 23, the tall, rangy right-hander, getting the start today.
Beautiful sunny day at Tam here.
Sunny and crisp. There's a grounder down to third, a high chopper to Williams. He takes his time, makes a strong over to Zinn at first, and that is one out. Nice play by Williams.
Hudson's been playing some great third base. We saw that. We didn't see you up in Ukiah, Carter, but he made a couple true web gems up there.
Well, he played great here last Wednesday as well.
That's true.
Number 2 hitter for El Cerrito is the shortstop, Max Calvin, number 9, standing in from the right side. That one hits the plate. So, Narendra, even though this team sort of isn't in our informal league, as they don't play a lot of our other competition, you haven't played any other team more than this one.
No. I think we're getting a little bit of a rivalry. They've got us 2-1 right now. And there's one, that was a nice pitch by Nico. One of those games we want back. We had that one in the bag, but they outright stole it.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Colvin. It's a fastball pulled foul, 1-2. Yeah, I'd say that doubleheader we played in El Cerrito a few weeks ago, I think we walked away feeling like we were the better team. But when we played here a week ago, El Cerrito was strong. And,
They were.
It almost felt like a different team to me. And West, their lefty, pitched a beautiful game. It's the 1-2. A little bit of a breaking ball outside. 2-2 to Max Calvin, shortstop. Fastball outside, ball 3, full count to Calvin. 1 out, we're just getting underway, top of the first.
Like to see Nico come straight in and challenge these guys the first time through.
Little grounder back to Nico. He takes his time, gets it over to Colton, and that's 2 away. Great comeback by Nico at a 3-2 pitch.
As a pitcher way back, I loved little ground balls back to the mound, more so than a strikeout.
There was a strange contact. I don't know if it almost looked like he hit it twice. Like he hit it, and then it almost looked like it hit him again. But the umpire called it fair. Nico's living on the inside.
And low, I like
portion.
it.
Yeah, that's the exact same pitch he threw to Calvin to get him out on the low, inside and low, right in the corner. And that is strike 1 to Adrian Santiago. It's going to be the pitcher for the Gauchos today. There's a fastball right up the middle, right through Nico, and Alex ranges over. Strong throw from behind the bag and gets him by a step. Great play by Radix. Wow, that ball was hit hard. Nico almost got a glove on it, but I think the mound slowed it up just enough for Alex.
All right, you like a 1-2-3 to start it off.
Sure do. Nico looks like he's keeping the ball down and almost has a little sink to that fastball from what I can see.
I agree. He has not. He threw 1 inning, I guess, against El Cerrito the last time, but he hasn't pitched yet, and he hasn't thrown a lot of bullpens. So I think Holby's been relying a lot on Liam and Will, with Alex in a closing role, and I think he's casting about a little bit for some additional support. Gail's been out there too, actually. We've seen all these kids over the years. They have different strengths, different weaknesses.
Gail's been what they call the long man out of the bullpen. Yeah, I was wondering which direction Holby would go with the pitcher today, but I think starting Nico is a great idea. All right, folks, we're back to you live. We've heard from some of our loyal listeners we may be having some audio problems. We think we may have solved them, but Narendra's going to go out and test. And if anyone wants to text me, I'd appreciate it. Meanwhile, up to the plate, leadoff hitter Alex Radix takes ball 1. So today we got Adrian Santiago on the mound. I think we saw him at El Cerrito in the doubleheader, but I'll have to check the book to make sure. There's a shot into the hole between second and first and on the right field for a solid single by Radek. Gets through the right fielder. He takes a turn. He's going. He's going. And here's the throw to second. Radek slides. The ball is not caught. He's safe. Well, that's going to go for a single and an air on the right fielder. Beautiful hard hit by Alex to start off the day. Standing in, we've got Hudson Williams, the number 2 hitter, playing third. So Narendra, I don't know if you saw it, Alex hit a nice hard grounder in the right field that the right fielder kicked, and he stretched it into
double.
A single. I'm going to give him a second on the air. And here's the pitch to Williams. He leaves that one inside. 1-0.
Carter, I just saw Sean Riley and Paul Edwards out there. It's like a little Mill Valley Little League reunion on a nice day here at TAM.
I've been texting Sean, and he asked when this game was, so I was hoping he'd come. I did not know Paul was coming. That's great. Pitch low and away, 2-0 to Hudson.
Well,
all right, we've got a 2-0 count to Williams. Those of you who are listening out there, let us know how the sound quality is. Uncle Steve from Vermont, Colton's uncle, always love to have you on board. If it gets any better, shoot me a text, man. Hope you're doing okay out there. I know the parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles are tuning in today for some sunny baseball from Mill Valley. Yeah, 2-0 to Williams.
Oh, a little high. I'm not sure CB could see that from that far. You know, it's got a lively day out here. Snack Shack's opened already. Thank you, Coordinator Heather. I think they got some Starburst, good and plenty, all the good stuff over there.
Give a shout out to Alex Radek's grandparents are here, all the way out from Georgia. It's good to see them. They were here last week as well. So, according to Uncle Steve from Vermont, we're still having some audio problems. We're going to work on it. I'll keep calling the game in the hope that this clears up, folks. Sorry about that. And in the meantime, as we work on our audio difficulties, I'm happy to announce that our official umpire has arrived, 4:15. I think we had this guy last week. All right, we're back in action here, folks. We're trying to get the audio working as soon as we can. I'll keep calling. And the 2-1 pitch to Williams. Runner on second, nobody out. 0-0, bottom first. There's a fake throw to second, no throw. Oh, there's a line shot into left field. Radek rounds third, and he holds up. That ball was hit too hard by Williams. Beautiful contact. He's been living in that hole between short and third lately, folks. Solid single to left by Williams.
All right, we got Nate Lee in first and third. Nobody out. Good opportunity for the Baby Hawks.
Now there's a throw over to first. Nate Lee, who's been swinging a good bat all season, getting the start in the third hole today and behind the plate. There's a fastball, swing and a miss.
Nice pitch.
Williams was not running.
As I recall, the catcher's got an arm, no?
I think he does. There's a grounder up to the back to the pitcher. He's going to second for one, but the throw's in the dirt and gets through. Into center. Everyone's safe. Radek scores from third.
Big break for the Hawks there.
Well, they could use a break.
Well, the run was coming in, but now we still got nobody out. First and second, Colton's in, strides to the plate, number 9.
Pitcher made a aggressive play, trying to get the double play. Nothing wrong with that, but kind of spiked his throw into the dirt on the shortstop side of the bag. All right, now we got Colton up. Nobody out, runners on first and second. Colton scores around the bunts, pokes one nicely down the third baseline. The only chance is at first, and that ball's high, and it's over the head. And here we go, round and around. There goes Hudson scoring. Nate holds up at third, and Zinn with a beautiful bunt single.
Absolutely, great bunt.
That's where you want him.
Got the Mighty Murphy here.
And there's another successful bunter, and there goes Zinn down to third. That throw almost gets away.
Very heads up running so far, and we've managed to plate 3 runs already and got a runner on third and 1 away. Great start for the Hawks.
Dylan drops a beautiful bunt down the first baseline. Now stepping in is Liam Garlick. There's a swing and a foul. Strike one to Liam. So for any other TAM TV listeners out there, time is out. For any TAM TV listeners, Uncle Steve from Vermont solved his audio problem by restarting his computer, folks. So if anyone else is listening in, restart your computer. That may solve your problem. That is your tech tip for today.
Brought to you by...
You got a tech sponsor for me,
I don't think so, not yet. You know what? Offline Ventures. All
right, that ball is outside to Garlic. 1-0. All right, Tam's got something going here, Narendra.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, Liam can lay down a bunt as well. But he is. There he goes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Down the left field line. Zinn comes in and scores. There's the throw to first, and he beat it.
I do see that we just recently...
1 strike on the batter. 0-1. 1 strike on the batter. 0-1.
There's a drive to left center. High in the air. Left fielder's ranging over. That drops. That drops in front of the left fielder, and Gale will be safe with a single to left. And then the hit parade continues for the Gauchos. For the Hawks, that is. The umpire tried to correct me on the count, but it turned out I was right, so we'll put that one in the memory banks.
Still just 1 away.
Now we got Nico up. I'd like to see Nico swing away here.
Yeah, me too.
Runners on first and second, 1 out. Here, pitch is high. 1-0 to Rocherol.
Outfield's pretty deep. Got a lot of room to drop a ball in.
On deck is Seamus Maurer. What else Cerrito doesn't want to do is turn this lineup around with Radek coming up with a lot of runners on base. Santiago leaves that one high. 2-0 to Rocherol. I'm going to have to check my game changer render. I don't know if this is one of the kids that pitched in the second game of the doubleheader. There's a strike. And there's a hard hit ball. Oh, it's speared by the third baseman. And that's bad luck. That's a double play. Hit it right on the button, but right to the third baseman for a double play. Nobody's fault there.
No, that's too bad.
Liam was
Ripped.
just caught off, but I don't think he could do much about that one. All right, folks. So after one, the Hawks played 4, and your score is Hawks 4, Gauchos nothing. All right, folks, we're back here in the top of the second. The Gauchos cleanup hitter, Jalen Brooks, the catcher, steps in from the right side. Thank you, Narendra. Brooks stands in. Nico throws one right down the middle. Chopper to Williams. Moves over to his left. Gets that throw off in time to catch the speedy Brooks. One away. Nico is living on the inside corner and jamming everyone on their hands right now.
Now, if anyone was paying attention, this guy had some number 25 had some trouble last game, but he did hit a nice line drive off Nico on an inside pitch. So I hope somebody remembers that.
I sure don't. This is Monty.
Okay, then I guess it's just me.
This is the big.
But I would encourage him to be pitching outside right now
Well, you better talk a little louder.
if I had any say in the game.
There's a line drive to right field. Coming in is Maurer on the run, and he's got it nicely.
You know what? That is no fooling around, Carter.
Wow.
Seamus Maurer.
That was a nice play by Seamus. He got a really good jump on that ball. Not an easy play. Sun was probably at least somewhat in his eyes. Hat wanted to pop off, but he gloved it nicely. Good contact by Russell. Just hit it right at Maurer. Now we got 2 outs, and this is their really good lefty pitcher, Naaman West. Batting from the left side. Oh, there's a swing and a miss on an outside
Paint
fastball.
that outside corner. Woo. This kid was looking at the fence.
He was. That one's a little too far outside.
He dared him to come a little further outside. I'm wondering if the ump who is talking to us, and we have no control, we can control that overlay on the screen you see, but we don't control the scoreboard stadium.
We've got the parent scorekeepers, and
Yeah.
the ump thinks we're the ones screwing it up. Here's the 1-1. Low and away. 2-1.
It's 2-1 now.
Someone tell him it's not us. All right, 2-1 pitch to West. Swing and a miss. Same pitch on the outside corner. All right, now the field score.
Here's the money pitch. I like the same one.
Is he going to have a breaking ball today, or is this...
He was throwing some.
Low and away. Tried to see if West would chase. Now he's got to come in. Oh, there's a beautiful fastball right down the middle. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's 2 in the books. How many pitches we got on Roll?
I'm going to have to clear my first screen and open up Game Changer. Let's see what Jeff O'Brien has to say.
He caught him in on that. He moved him around. That was nice. That was,
Nico, according to Game Changer, has 19 pitches after 2.
So you're not doing the scoreboard there? Okay, well, I usually do it there.
All right, folks, we're back from the nest. So, Narinder, I'm getting some feedback now that we didn't have before. I don't know if that's because we got YouTube open or not. Oh, no, that's because you're... No, we're good now. All right, we've got Seamus Maurer, the right fielder, standing in. Takes one low in the dirt. 1-0. It was right down the middle.
It was. It had a little bend to it. Maybe caused some hesitation.
Here's the 1-1 to Maurer. Leaves it inside, 2-1. Want to let our viewers out there know that on TM TV on YouTube, there is a comments field where if you want to send us any comments or just let us know you're out there watching, we'll give you a call out on air. Love to hear from you. There's a little dribbler down the third base line, down to third base, and there's a great throw over to one away.
Nice play.
So we're not 100. Wait, are you able to see him now on your phone? If somebody actually sends us a comment, I haven't figured it out yet. All right, we're back to the top of the order with Alex Radix at the plate. There's some sort of meeting at the plate right now. Umpire's talking to the El Cerrito coach. Looks like that's resolved. Oh, there's a drive. Fly ball to right center. Center field's going back. Right field's coming over. Center field races over. Makes a very nice play.
2 solid plays by El Cerrito, settling down in inning number 2.
That was the leadoff hitter, Drew Sukahira, running down that one nicely. And with 2 outs, we got Williams coming up. Williams, who lined a single into left field in the first inning. takes on the inside corner for strike one.
That was a nice head. That was, low, barely in the zone. Good pitch.
There's the 1-0. There's a drive to left field. Well hit. Left fielder's measuring it and makes the catch for the third out.
1, 2, 3 for the Gauchos.
Hudson got good barrel on that, but didn't quite get enough to get it over the left fielder's head. All right, so after 2 complete, the score is Tam 4, Gauchos nothing.
We're the TV guys.
All right, folks, we're back at you here going to the top of the third. We got Jorge Melgoza, the third baseman, stepping in, number 16. Rocherol back for his third inning on the mound. Oh, beautiful pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
Not overthrowing, not
No.
trying to overpower. He's just
He hits him with that one.
not much of an effort to get out of the way of that, which we had the doubleheader with the Ukiah. We had about 15, 16 hits batters, Carter.
I was following on Game Changer, and it looked like a bloodbath out there.
Yeah, well, some of them were Will Weir's lazy curves.
I was
So
hoping.
there was a couple plunks in there too. There were some big boys out in Ukiah.
All right, now we've got left fielder Asher Ehrman standing in, or Eamon, and the ball count is 1-0. Runner on first, nobody out. This is actually the first base runner for El Cerrito. There's a swing and a foul tip. First time Rocherol has been in the stretch today. See if
It's a long-legged stretch.
see if El Cerrito wants to force the action with sending the runner here. Nico throws over. So you may recall at the end of last game against El Cerrito, Colton injured his arm trying to stop a throw to second when he was playing catcher. He missed a game, but it was just a muscle thing. So he's cleared to play, playing first base today. And word from the physical therapist is you can go back to maybe playing catcher after break.
Oh, good. That's very good news.
We have had enough injuries for one season. All right, here's the 1-1 to Eamon. The ball bounces in. Lee picks it nicely. 2-1.
All right, we need to hunt an out here someplace. He's paying a little too much attention over to first.
Yep. Nico's first test of him trying to hold a runner on. There's a grounder into the hole and into right field for a single. Maurer comes up. No. That's not Seamus out
That's
there.
Arden.
Yeah, Shapiro in at right field.
First hit for the Gauchos.
So that ball was solidly hit. If Colton hadn't been holding the runner on, he probably would have gloved it for an out. But with the big hole, with the runner being held on, that ball got through for a solid single. All right, now Rocherol has to bear down. Runners first and second, nobody out. There's a bunt. Right back to Nico. He checks third. He goes to third and gets the lead runner. Great play by Nico. Beautiful. I wasn't sure he was going to take that chance, but he did, and he actually got him with room to spare. I'm not sure if he got the best jump from second. This is not the leadoff hitter. Who is this? This is number 18, Dejon Compton.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the extra hitter today. Runners in first and second, one out. There's a pop-up down the right field line. That could be trouble. Racing over Shapiro, and he does not get to it. It's a fair ball. And here's the throw into Dillon, and somehow holding the runner at third. Surprised. Guess he had to wait to see if Arden was going to catch the ball. So that was kind of a lazy fly ball right down the line in right field. Arden
just
gave it a
couldn't
run.
quite get to it.
Yeah, tough play. But now we've got bases loaded with one out. And the leadoff hitter, Sukahira, stepping in. Opportunity to do some damage. Here's a bunt, foul. Was the runner breaking on that? Was that a suicide?
They were all breaking, yeah. It was a bases loaded squeeze.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
All right.
It's like that Spider-Man meme with the El Cerrito coach and Holby. They like the same brand of baseball.
Here's the 0-1. In the dirt. No go. 1-1. Runners were not breaking on that one. Let's see what else Cerrito puts on here. Get in the dirt, picked nicely by Lee.
Yeah, Nate's making some nice plays behind the plate.
All right, Nico's got a throw strike here. 2-1, one out, bases loaded. Tam's up 4-0. Top of the third. There's a grounder. It's a shortstop. Could be two. Glove. Oh, and Alex bobbles it. Oh, that's too bad. Not sure he was going to get two out of that, but he would have gotten the force at second.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he rushed the play a little bit and thought about shoveling it over there, and it popped out of his glove. Too bad.
Yeah, you want to get that one out. Just prevent the big inning.
So now, still just one out. Gauchos are on the board with a run. Nico leaves that fastball.
Ooh, that was
inside.
nice inside pitch, but
2-4-1.
Max Calvin at the plate, the number 2 hitter. He grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat. Bases still loaded for the Gauchos. There's a strike. Oh,
wait. Oh, I thought he said strike,
I
but
did too.
apparently that was a ball.
Could have been a high strike, but as it is, it's 2-0. Zone may be tightening just a little bit here. There's a new call out, 2-2-5. Don't know what that is. 3-0. It's probably a take. Squares around to bunt. And called ball 4 outside. Suddenly Rocherol is finding himself in a bit of a pickle.
We got a one walk and a hits batsman.
Yeah, we've got
4-2 count.
hit by pitch, a single. Fielder's choice, a single. An
Error.
error, and another walk. All right, now we got the third place hitter coming up. Adrian Santiago the pitcher. Again, chance to do something. All right, so that is an important second out for Nico. Now he can focus on the batter. 2 outs, the infield goes back to standard depth. And an 0-1 count to Santiago. Little high there.
1-1, second and third, yeah. Again, a very nice play by Nate there. That was a.
Oh, Nate blocks that nicely. Keeps it in front of him. Great play by Lee.
Yeah, he's
That's
playing some great defense right now.
Nate's a pretty good picker, but that may be the very first time I've seen him move his body and actually block a ball, and that's great to see from Nate. But now Nico's got a 2-1. He's got to come in here. There it is.
Oh!
Whoa, where did it miss? Where did it miss?
I guess it's high. That looked. I don't know.
I don't know how that.
Got to encourage kids to swing a little bit.
No, that's the strike any day. I don't know where that missed. But 3-1. Wow, that's too bad. And the ball gets by Lee. The runner stays. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that was not a ball. But as it is, we've got now again bases loaded with a cleanup hitter, catcher Jalen Brooks at the plate. Brooks grounded out third to first in the second inning. Nico would really like to stop the damage here.
Don't want to give teams too many outs or passes. All right, let's see if we can make a play.
Leaves that one high. That was, in fact, high. 1-0 to Brooks. Nico stares in for the sign. There's a strike. 1-1. For some reason, this zone just got really tight, but Ump gave him that one. There's a strike. There's a ground ball to Williamson, through into the hole, and it's bobbled by the left fielder. This is not going well. Now we have a throw to third, and he gets around the tag and is safe. Oh, that's unfortunate. And I missed a defensive substitution. That was Hugo Bach in at third. I thought he had a play on that, but
Guy made a nice slide around him. Okay, I think we are 4-4.
And we have a tie game, folks. I thought Hugo had a chance to make a play on that, but am I being too optimistic?
I think his momentum was carrying him in the wrong direction.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not talking about the throw. I'm talking about on the ground.
Oh, yeah. You know, in fairness to Hugo, he has not logged many innings at third yet. He's played some first. The pattern has been with a lot of these games is the third inning is the first round of substitutions. And so, you know, ball is always going to find you, right, first time you're in there.
Well, it did that. So now we've got a tie game, and Nico's got to dig down and get out of this one. All right, now we got number 25, Big Monty Russell up. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. Let's see what the Hawks can do to get out of this. Fakes it. Oh, he's got it picked off at first, but the throw's high. Oh, that's too bad.
That's not Colton.
Perfect throw to Colton. Probably would have gotten Brooks at first. Some hawk just poked his head in here. I don't even know who that was. Some stray hawk. All right. Russell waving the pink and yellow bat. The runner's going from first. Lee faked. Lee throws down. It's cut off by Dylan at second.
Okay, nothing but the batter.
All right, now we got runners first and second. That pitch was called a strike, so that's the good news. So we got 0-1, 2 outs. There's a swing and a miss on that inside corner fastball. Good pitch by Rocherol.
All right, I think I'd like to see Nico rear back, actually surprise him, throw it kind of hard and up, get him to chase.
That's right down the middle, and it's a line drive to right field. We got Shapiro running in, and he elects to play it on a bounce. Here's the throw, cut off by, it's coming all the way to the plate. The runner holds at third.
Bitten to death by ducks right now.
Yeah, that ball was a kind of a medium looping line drive. Again, I thought maybe Shapiro had a chance, but it's very hard to say from in this little box. And that run puts the Gauchos in the lead. And Naaman West up at the plate. Runners going. They've got third base picked off. Oh, and Hobie's not happy. So what happened there is they had the guy in third base about 25 feet off the bag.
Yeah.
And Nate probably should have thrown down to Hugo, but did not. So Gauchos dodged a bullet there.
Ball one.
Lefty, Naaman West standing in. Hawks have got to stop the bleeding here. There's a soft grounder. Nico gloves it, bobbles it, picks it up, plenty of time, and gets him at first.
All right.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but we're out. So the Gauchos plate 5 and move ahead at going into the bottom of the third, 5-4.
It stays up there.
All right, folks, we're back on the air. Our friend Sean Riley just came to pay a visit. Great to see him. Father of Finn. And there's Nate Lee to play. Dribble one, foul, strike one. So we're here now in the bottom of the third. Tam's now down 5-4. 3-hole hitter Nate Lee stepping to the plate. Oh.
Now, that one was also high, but that was inside too.
Yeah. That was much less of a strike than that fastball that you go through right down the middle, a little high. There's this one low and away.
All right, we would love to get a leadoff on here.
When Santiago was warming up, I saw him playing with a little bit more of a snap to his release, generating a little bit more velocity. And that pitch that got called a strike was one of those. 1-2 pitch. Nate dribbles one in front of the plate. This could be trouble. Santiago's up on it and throws it wildly down the right field line. Nate wisely decides to hold the right fielder, backing that one up nicely.
I think, as you observed, great play by the right fielder to be there for that.
That's Naaman West making a really nice hustle play. But as it is, we have the lead runner on with an error on the pitcher. It was going to be a tough play, but I think a good throw would have gotten him. Now we've got Colton up. Nobody out, runner on first. Throw over. It's back safely. Colton takes one outside, ball one. Gave it a thought, but wisely let it pass. Let's see what the Hawks can get going here. Oh, God, in front of that one. A dribble down the first base, but it could be trouble. Who's going to, you got it unassisted. Advances the runner, but not what he wanted.
All right, we got someone in scoring position now. One out. See if Dylan can send a little flare someplace.
All right, Dylan Murphy stands up. Runner on second, one out. Nate's going to third. There's going to be a play. Yeah, they got him. Yeah. He did not have a great jump, and the catcher made a great throw. So that puts a damper on the rally right there. Meanwhile, that pitch was called a ball to Murphy. So now all of a sudden we got 2 outs with nobody on. I know you said Nate's fast, but he did not have a great jump. That did not look promising from the start.
Could we tell if the steal sign was on? I wasn't sure.
I can't see.
Yeah.
And there's a strike on the outside corner.
Slurved that right across.
Low and away. Ball 3. Well, maybe Murphy can work something here with 2 outs. There's ball 4.
All right. Liam's been swinging a hot bat. Let's see if he can take advantage of the hole on the right side. With a left fielder, but left fielder's playing awfully deep for all 90 pounds of Liam Garlick.
Well, maybe he knows something we don't.
Actually, Ukiah was doing some amazing positioning. They had a guy playing.
There's a grounder right back to Santiago on one hop. He runs it halfway with the bag, and that is the inning.
I was about to say they had a guy positioned basically behind the shortstop, and Liam, almost like they had a spray chart. Liam hit a flare there that might have dropped in with a regular position.
Was it the center fielder?
No, it was the left fielder.
Oh, wow. Interesting. So it's basically probably 5 infielders?
They play, well, no, I mean, he was playing in the outfield, but
Right.
when the ball was hit, everyone was quite surprised.
All right, looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. It's Hudson Williams. And a new catcher, Blaze McDonald. Will Weir's in center, catching you up on our defense. Looks like Murphy's back at second. Looks like Radix is at short. And Liam is over at first now. Don't know who's at third yet. Is that Hugo? Still Hugo. Do you see who the left fielder is?
That's Ben Spring, I would
Ben
believe.
Spring.
Yeah.
Huh. They're forcing Hudson to use a different glove because it's got gray or white on it.
Oh,
It's a new
did
one.
not know that was a rule.
No, maybe it's not. So Colton ran his glove out there. See if Hudson can get comfortable with that. All right, Tam fails to score. So as we go to the top of the fourth, the Gauchos are up 5-4. Leading off is going to be Jorge Melgoza, the third baseman. Jorge was hit by the pitch in the third inning. You know, Rocherol had a 1-2-3 first and 1-2-3 second, and then things got a little unhinged in the third. See if we can get back in the dugout here for the Hawks. And Melgoza stands in. Right-handed hitter.
Low outside.
Gaucho's got a bit of chatter going on in their dugout. Here's the 1-0. Okay, that's low and away by Williams. So the Hawks have a game tomorrow up in Napa, so they cannot pitch everyone today. They've got to save some arms for tomorrow. And my guess is Liam's starting tomorrow since we haven't seen him yet. Holby would ideally probably like to keep Radix available for tomorrow, but also really like to win this game.
Yeah, both Liam and Will threw a lot of pitches on. There we go. On Saturday, so this would be short rest for that.
All right, Hudson's got a 3-1 count on Melgoza, leadoff hitter in the fourth. There's one right down the middle, strike two, swing and a miss.
Money pitch.
Williams going from the stretch. And there's a lazy pop ball right over second base. Who's going to get this one? We got Will Weir coming in, and did he make the catch? Yes,
did.
He did.
He made the catch. He's catching it, you know, on his glove shoulder, which I've talked to his dad about this. Both of us have issues with that. Square it up. Good practice for when you're going to have to throw it. Catching it out there, all sorts of things can go wrong. But an out's an out.
All right, stepping in is Asher Amon, left fielder. And there's a long drive, but foul down into the bullpen on the right field line. 0-1. Amon way ahead of that one.
Uh-oh. Got a surprise visit to the mound.
Huh. What's this going to be? Not sure what this is about. And Holby gives Williams a back pat. So everything seems to be okay.
In the universe of things, I have no idea what that conversation was about.
Nor do I. All right. Be that as it may, it's 0-1. And there's a long drive to right field. That one's hit a long way. Shapiro goes back. It's over his head. The ball is rolling almost all the way to the fence. Throw back into second, and he's turning and holding with a stand-up double. Eamon got all of that one.
Maybe, maybe he said, "Don't put it down the middle," but I doubt that. That was a well-hit ball, Carter. That was.
Yeah, nobody was going to get that one. He smoked it right on the barrel. Big hit by the number 8 hitter for the Gauchos. So now we've got pinch hitter number 3, Leonardo Castro.
Speaking of big hitters, yesterday I was coming out of the mall, walking right by Barry Bonds. I see him routinely in unpredictable places.
So I see Barry Bonds about once every 3 weeks walking by my office at 591 Redwood Highway.
Right, but that's routine, yeah.
Yeah, and he always has this little 5-pound dog. And he just takes his time and enjoys the walk by the water.
I will say for 60-something, he looks like a fountain of youth.
Yep, he looks good. He's probably treating his body a little better than in his playing days. There's a lazy pop fly over our heads. He's an avid road biker, Narendra. You probably know that.
I think I've heard that.
And we've seen him biking by our office, too, with a very large companion, even larger than him. Maybe a friend, maybe a bodyguard, maybe both. There's a pitch right down the middle. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Nice pitch by Hudson
Castro.
Williams.
Yeah, Williams needed that one. And now we've got...
Two-way.
And this is Dejon Compton. I think this is the kid who you said is the 3-sport athlete.
Yep. And I will say this, since this is his first year playing baseball, now that we've seen him in his 4th game, he's definitely getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the stuff, though, some of the obviously running on the base paths, that takes a while. But the swing, composure at the plate.
There's a swing and a foul back. Strike 2, 0-2. Compton. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad he hasn't quite dialed that swing in yet.
Yeah, I know. It looks like he could hit the ball a country mile if he did.
He doesn't quite have the travel ball swing yet, but when he does, it's going to sure be a tough guy to get out. The runner's going to third. Here's the throw. Oh! And hits Compton. Not sure if he was in the box. That should be a dead ball. And Hobie's going to come talk about that exact thing. I think the ump's right. He's saying he had 1 foot in the box, 1 foot out. I don't know what the rule is, Narendra. Are you allowed to have 1 foot out of the box?
Well, we've seen somebody get called out on this, but he was fully out of the box. So, you know what? If his rule is that he had needed 1 foot in, he certainly had 1 foot in.
Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, 1-2 pitch, runner on third. This is a kid where Williams, I think, he may get a hold of one, but I think if Williams should just get one across, he might be able to get out of this inning.
Yep.
There it is.
That's a nice pitch inside. Looks good until it doesn't.
All right, so the Hawks escape with no damage. The top of the 4th. And the Gauchos continue to lead 5-4. All right, folks, we're back at the Nest live. And we've got the 7, 8, 9 spots in the order with Gail O'Brien, the left fielder, taking the plate. See if you can get something going for your Hawks. High and tight. There's a slow dribbler down to third base. Third baseman's up with the ball. Throws a little wide, but nice stretch. At first base, 1 out. And that brings to the plate number 23, Nico Rocherol. Nico lined into a double play in the first inning to the third baseman. Hard hit ball. Just found a glove. Still got young Adrian Santiago on the mound. That was not a strike in the third inning when Nico was pitching, but called strike there. Not his pitch. There's a swing and a miss at a high fastball, 0-2. Nico quickly in the hole. Santiago at 42 pitches. Nico lays off that curveball in the dirt, 1-2. Yeah, I was just commenting that pitch was not a strike when Nico was pitching in the third inning.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get one through the hole here.
Just got a piece of that one. High fastball, chest high down the middle. Had to swing at that one. Looks like Ben Spring is on deck. Hawks need to get some action. They haven't scored a run since the first inning. Bottom of the fourth. Oh, yeah, that was a nice curveball on the inside. Froze Nico. Haven't seen too many of those today. And stepping up to the plate, batting for Seamus Mauer's been Springtime Spring. Ben had
Nico's got to know that ball was very low, but he's been given the low strike much more than the high strike, so he's got to be swinging, I think.
that was a strike. I don't think he was expecting the curve. I don't know how many curveballs Santiago's thrown today, but not many. Ben fouls that one off. Ben, I think, according to Game Changer, Ben had a nice offensive weekend up in Ukiah. Oh, there's the curveball again. All of a sudden, Santiago's
it's looking
going
good.
to it.
Quickly in the hole, 0-2.
I do not want a dog. You couldn't pay me to have a dog.
Yeah, one he lays off of low. 1-2. Umpire's chatting up the catcher, talking about Barry Zito. Umpire's in a chatty mood today. All right, 1-2 to Spring. There's the curveball. Ben stays back on it and grounds it into the hole.
That's
and into left field.
exactly what I was hoping to see.
Great at bat by Ben. Again, that was the same curveball. That one hung up there a bit.
Yeah, it was a little higher. It was. Fortunately, Ben
Go ahead.
Ben swung at it. You know, not going to watch that thing come across.
Well, and he also waited on it nicely.
Yeah.
Rolled it into the hole. So now let's see if Alex can do some damage. Ben is running. Alex fakes the bunt. Catcher bobbles the ball. Ben's in safely with a stolen base.
Okay, all we need is a single here, and we tie this up. So
Did he call that a ball or strike? Called it a ball, looks like. All right, bottom of the fourth.
What Alex doesn't have to do is anything fancy.
Got a big gap in right center for Radix. Oh, that was way outside.
Way outside.
That was outside. That was an intemperate swing by Radix.
I mean, even slap into something, the left field's going to score a run.
That ball's in the dirt. Nicely blocked, though, by Brooks. Beautifully done.
This guy's got an array. Brooks has got an array of gear in his pockets.
Williams is on deck.
Batting gloves, oven mitt.
Wow. Slide ruler, protractor. It's ready for trigonometry class. And meanwhile, Santiago has worked this count to 3-1 to Radix. This pitch has to be good. Alex lays off that one nicely. That's the same pitch he waved at earlier in that bat.
Yeah, I think he wants to swing, obviously, but
He does, but that was a good decision.
okay. Hudson Williams to the plate.
Now suddenly the Hawks have something going here with 2 outs, down a run in the fourth. They'd really like to plate Spring, who's a fast runner. Yeah, that's straight.
It's a good pitch.
Yeah.
It's not, especially for Hudson right now. There's not a lot. We've seen him take it inside pitches.
Yeah, he's turned.
Excuse me, and turn on him, but
Oh, he gets another one outside. This one's popped up towards second base. Second baseman's calling for it, makes the play, and just like that, the Tam rally is put out.
yeah.
And after 4 complete, the score remains Gauchos 5, Hawks 4.
All right, we're back. That's a ball from Hudson, starting the top of the 5th. Ball 2, 2-0. There's a strike from Hudson. It's coming set. Oh, ripped to third, but Hugo Bach is right there. Snags it on the glove side. One away for the Hawks. All right, Carter, we got number 9.
So that was Sukahara lining out to third base, and now we got Max Calvin stepping in, and Huddy starts him off with a strike. One away.
Ooh.
All right, he's giving that both ways. That's good.
Getting a little groove.
Let's see. That one was a little too far outside. So to set your defense for you, it looks like we still have Shapiro in right. Nico, is that Nico back at first?
Yeah, Nico's at first.
Who's in center? There's a pop fly or fly ball to center. Center field is raging under it and drops it. I think that's Seamus.
224.
Yeah. You got Seamus? Is that 10?
It's hard for
Yeah,
me to see
I
from
think
here.
that was Seamus. That's too bad. He got over there, but ball
Yeah.
just popped out of his glove.
Again, I will mention in these cases, righty, the glove hand is on the
Yeah.
left. He's catching the ball on the left.
And there goes the runner. Blaze gets the ball out of his hand quickly, but not
Too
in
fast.
time.
Yep.
Good strong throw by Blaze. All right, so we got error in the center field and a stolen base, and suddenly Hudson finds himself in the stretch. We got Santiago up 0-1 count. Time's called. Umpire wants to get the catcher's shin guards off the on-deck area. All right, here we go, 0-1. Williams in the stretch. There's a line drive, again, right to center fielder. We short hop it, and there's a throw to third. There may be a play now. Seamus did a good job to keep that one in front of him. He charged and probably wisely didn't dive for it. Line drive right at him. That's the hardest play for an outfielder.
All right, we're getting to the first and third.
Feel like we've had too many of these today. Hawks have got to choke this thing off. One out. Runners at first and third. Cleanup hitter Jalen Brooks at the plate. Hudson fakes the throw to third, fakes to first. Runners going from first. There's a line drive up the middle.
Oh.
It's speared by Dylan. Throws to first, and that is what the Hawks needed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we're even, right? Like I said,
Yeah.
this is a mirror image with this team. They did the same thing to us, threatening.
Wow.
Was he running on that play,
The runner
Carter?
was running. That's
Yeah.
the ump's confused, and only because the runner was running did Dylan make that play because he was running.
He wouldn't have been there, right? It would have been a base hit.
He was running to cover second. He caught that ball 5 feet from the bag, and that was just a lucky break. That kid lined that ball up. But as it is, we go to the bottom of the fifth, down and run. The Hawks need to try to get something going here. We got the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Nate Lee, Colton Zen, Dylan Murphy scheduled to hit. Let's see who's actually hitting. Looks like for Lee, we've got Blaze who came in to catch. So Blaze will lead off. Look like Colton's on deck. See if the 3, 4, 5 hitters can get something done here. Santiago taking his place back on the mound. Can give you a check on his pitch count, fans. Is Adam Shapiro our game changer, Dad, today, Narendra? Oh, yeah, Narendra's not on. Sorry, folks. Santiago was only throwing 57 pitches, 33 for strikes, so he's got a good, pretty good strike-to-ball ratio. Umpire was frustrated with the Gauchos for not having a catcher out there to warm him up sooner.
Yeah, he was. He's pitching well. I think he was a little shaky the first inning, and he caught a break on that line drive to get out of that inning. Because with only one out, that could have been, could have been 6-7 runs. But now he's in a groove.
Given the way he's settled down, that line drive double play hit by Nico kind of looms large here. We would have loved to have a couple more runs on the board in the big first inning. TM has not played a run since the first. Let's see if we can change that here.
He has found his off-speed pitch and is using it really well.
Yeah, I don't think he was throwing that curve in the first couple innings that I can recall. All right, so coming in to hit here in the bottom of the fifth is Blaze McDonald. See if he can square one up. Ball's outside, ball one. McDonald came in to catch for Lee, with Colton not being available to catch today. That ball gets away, hits our little backstop here.
Well, we've sufficiently jinxed him for the first two pitches, but
Well, keep it up.
let's see if Blaze is taking.
It's turned into a lovely afternoon here at Tim High.
I don't know if we're seeing fatigue, but those are three. That sequence, maybe not warming up with the catcher is hurting.
Well, I don't know. Oh, yeah, he's grabbing his elbow. That's
Oh,
it.
I didn't see that.
That's it for Santiago.
That's a shame.
Yeah, he's not. Those pitches.
I would say
not
that
him.
last pitch, something looked funny.
Yeah, he's grabbing his arm. We don't like to see that.
the manager.
He is calling in the center fielder, Drew Sukahira.
Based on that, I don't know that this was contemplated in his game plan, but we played a doubleheader with them, so they have arms.
Yeah, but you may recall in the second half of that doubleheader, not many of those arms threw strikes.
This is true. Well, we'll see what they got.
They called for.
Now I find there's a degree of amusingness to the umpire, like being a timekeeper when he was a little late for the game today.
Well,
Carter.
there is a certain amount of irony to that. So into pitch, without much notice or plan, is Drew Sukahira, the center fielder. Let's see, by searching Game Changer, if we've seen him pitch before.
Got a little pop to his pitching stroke.
So Drew was the closer in the game one of the doubleheader, Narendra.
Oh.
He came in and pitched 2 innings, giving up 1 unearned run, striking out 2, no hits, no walks. So, and I remember him. He's a good pitcher. He's the closer. He's not a big kid, but he gets some pretty good velocity on the ball. I think one of the better athletes on the Gaucho team.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is the plan was to go to him in the last 2 innings. He's just coming in maybe an inning early.
Gets to inherit a 3-0 count which is you don't see that every day.
Nope.
I think I mentioned this to you. We had another thing you don't see every day up in Ukiah. Liam Garlick managed to record both a win and a save in the same game.
You told me that. I didn't know it was in our rules that we could do that, but there's a lot of things I don't know.
Okay, here we go, 3-0.
Although I'll never admit that
And
publicly.
that's awful.
All right, so off to a good start here with McDonald working a 4-pitch walk off of 2 different pitchers. Now we got Colton. I meant to send Colton a text this morning with some swing thoughts, which I forgot, and I wish I had. Got to keep that right shoulder strong. Oh, that pitch was not near the strike zone, but that's all right.
It seemed like he fooled, Blaze fooled the catcher.
So we got McDonald stealing second and Zen taking a strike that was not a strike. So here we go. That's high and away. Give it a thought. McDonald.
A big hole on the left side, Colton.
There it is.
Oh,
And he's pulling his head just like I
no.
thought. All right, here's 1 and 2 to Zen. See if you can figure it out. Oh, called
Tough
strike 3 on
call,
the
painted on
outside.
the outside.
Yeah.
It's not a pitch that Colton wants to swing at. Yeah, there's a degree. Obviously, Colton's good friends with Alex, and Alex has got a big pull swing, but Colton has a swing that really he can hit to all fields. I'd love to see him.
When he's going right.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And that was a balk. So
There's a debate over a balk, which
Oh,
and he won, and well, there you go. I have never seen an ump back down on a balk, but we've just seen it now.
actually, Holby managed that. Was it up in Windsor? He got the convinced the ump to call a batter's interference play.
Yeah.
All right. Will squares around, takes a strike.
So we got 1 away. We got that tantalizing tying run in Blaze McDonald.
Blaze has been picked off twice this season, so he does not. Blaze is running to third, and here's a throw. It's wide, and it goes into left field. Oh, no, he stopped.
Ooh.
Sorry. I thought that ball got past the third baseman.
You're going to fool the runner.
I know. I've got a big pole in my way here. But in any case, great stolen base.
We caught a break. Catcher's got a good arm. He made a poor throw. I think he would have had Blaze with a good throw.
Yeah, maybe. It's going to be close, I think. Now there's a bunt at home. Blaze is coming home. There's a shovel. And they got him. Yeah, that's a good call. Great play by Tsukahira. Shoveling it to the catcher beautifully. I thought that bunt was going to work. I'm not sure what kind of jump Blaze got, but that was a great play.
I think the point of that play is not the suicide. It is simply to get the ball thrown and then complete the score. And based on the contortions over at the third base coaching box, that's what I must stake it on.
All right,
It was a great bunt by Will, and Blaze has got to creep down the line. And then when that throw goes to first, take off.
Now we got Liam Garlick up at the plate with a 1-1 count. And the Hawks kind of keep running themselves into trouble, so we'll see if they can use their bats to make a difference here.
It's true that is the we got runner caught stealing at third. Runner out at home, trying to advance.
There goes Will. Big jump. And a foul ball down the left field side. That base was stolen, but Garlic has to take a hack at that one. Let's see if Will's running again. He is not. And that curveball is left outside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tam down by a run, 5-4. Will's not running. And there's a line shot right at the second baseman. Oh, Liam got that right on the barrel.
He did. That was a nice stroke from Liam Garlic.
Great play by, sorry.
Wrong spot.
Yeah. That's Victor Peterson over there at second, making a really nice play.
Heading to the top of the 6th. El Cerrito 5, your Hawks 4.
Looks like we got O'Brien coming in. Let's see what he can do. Gale's been a workhorse out of the bullpen this year. Let's see if I can get you some stats. Brian is 3rd on the team with 11 innings pitched. He's been called on many times in the middle of the game to eat up some innings. Set your defense for you here while we're watching O'Brien warm up. We still have Blaze at catcher, Gale O'Brien at pitcher. First base is Colton. Second base is Will Weir. In right field, it looks like Seamus Maurer. Williams is back at third. I think the center fielder is Liam Garlic. And then left, we've got, I'm going to need help with that. Sorry, folks. But I got everybody else. All right, and in steps Monty Russell, who had a nice single back in the 3rd inning and lined out in the 2nd. So he's making solid contact twice. And there's another line drive for Russell. This kid's hot today. That'll drop in front of Ben Spring, who is the left fielder, for a solid leadoff single for the Gauchos. Now stepping up as the right fielder, Naaman West. Here's the pitch, foul ball back, strike one. West. O'Brien with the 0-1 pitch. And there's a high chopping ball to second base. Will's got it to second for one. Radix holds the ball. West got down the line in a hurry. Ball didn't have enough on it to turn 2. Nice play by Weir, though. Now Jorge Melgoza steps up, number 16, third baseman. Now we got West at first. There he's going. McDonald with the throw. It's on the third base side. Strong throw, but yanked it to the third base side. That'll be a stolen base for West. All right, now the Gauchos have a runner in scoring position. We're in the top of the 6th. 1 out. Scores El Cerrito 5, TM 4. Counts 1-0. Oh, and O'Brien hits the batter. I'm not sure if that was a curveball that didn't break, but Melgoza turned his shoulder in and took one for the team. So the umpire warned the El Cerrito bench that they have to make an effort to get out of the way, or it will be called a strike next time. I can see why he's doing that. That he made no attempt to get out of the way of that one. All right, now Zinn can play off the bag at first. Got runners at first and second, 1 out. Asher even at the plate. O'Brien leaves that one outside. Eamon hit that huge double to right field back in the 4th. He also singled in the 3rd. 2 for 2. There's a foul ball down the left side. 1-1 to Eamon. O'Brien would like to serve up a double play ball here. O'Brien leaves that fastball outside, 2-1. Sorry, folks, and Ranger stepped out, so let's see if I can figure out how this thing works. The balls and the strikes. Nah, that's not going to happen. Oh, there's a swing and a miss and a low outside fastball. Good pitch by O'Brien. Counts even at 2-2. Eamon calls time. Excuse me. Eamon stands back in. And there's a swing and a foul tip. Brian challenged him with a letter high fastball. Eamon offered it and just got a piece. O'Brien would love a strikeout here. O'Brien leaves that one outside, 3-2. Full count. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Oh, and there's a really big swing and a miss by Eamon. 2 down. O'Brien gets the strikeout. That was much needed. Now we've got the second baseman, Victor Peterson, who made that great play on Liam's line drive, coming up with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Gauchos up 5-4. in the top of the 6th. Weir dancing at second, holding the runner on. That ball's hard hit, and Hudson, pops out of his glove. There's going to be no play at first. Williams made a great stop of that. But
just kind of came, it kind of flipped out of it like a lacrosse ball.
Yeah, that ball was ripped and
saved a run for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. But
now we got to get this guy up.
As it is, we have runners on every base, and Dejan Compton up with 2 outs. O'Brien starts him with a called strike 1. Again, this is what Tam needs to do with this kid. Throw strikes, make him hit the ball. Foul that.
That's it, Gale.
And there's a swing and a miss. Compton's second strikeout. Gale comes back strong on 3 pitches.
Big pitch. We're going to go to bottom 6. Hawks need to just scratch it out. Only down 1.
Hawks need some hits, no doubt about it.
Get the dugout. We're going live on deck.
All right, we're coming back. Bottom 6. Hugo Bach at the plate. Takes a ball. First at bat of the day for Hugo.
All right, folks, we're back. Here in the bottom of the 6, Hugo Bach is up hitting and hits a looping ball to right field, caught again by the second baseman, doing a great job over there.
Yep. Range at second base is big.
So soft liner for Bach, could not find a home.
All right, we need Nico to get on somehow, some way right now.
We've got Rocherol up, 1 out. And there's a fly ball to center field. Center fielder may not see it. He does not.
He does not see it.
That ball's going to drop. He lost that in the sun.
He did. I think Nico will take it. Tam Hawks will take it.
He'll take it.
Tying run at first base, people.
Nico put that one right up into the sun, and the kid never saw it.
It's true. I never thought about that. That's maybe a strategy on, 6 p.m.
Yeah,
on a sunny day.
sun is tough out there.
It's tough. It gets tough for the pitcher, too. I've seen some pitchers get hit with balls just being thrown back from the catcher.
All right, Arden Shapiro is up to plate in the 9th spot, batting for Ben Spring. Arden's had some nice, solid hits to the right side last couple games. Let's see what he can do here. Leaves that high for a ball.
That ball one?
Ball one. Oh, swing
Well,
and a miss.
he was falling off of that.
Oh.
You know,
Arden got some happy feet on that one. He's been
kind of just let it rip. I feel like there's no pressure on any of these kids. Just have a good time out there.
ball's low.
Ooh.
Nico represents the tying run on first. We got the top of the order coming up. I'm a little surprised.
2-1.
Holby isn't sending. I'll just throw to first. They're going to send him. A little surprised Holby isn't sending him.
You
here.
know, we got Alex looming right there. And the Gazelle at first. Alex gets one into a gap.
There's a dribbler down the third baseline. It bounces off the third base.
Okay, that was the break we needed.
Yeah, Tam has gotten lucky 2 in a row now. That was a bouncer. There may have been some sun trouble there, but the ball
Took a nice English kick, but he took it right off the knee. So now we need patience right here from Alex. Single's going to score Nico easily.
Rochereau on second. And there's a foul right straight back. That was a pitch to hit.
Went right after him.
Yeah. Sukahira not backing down. This is a good battle here. Oh, and there's a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder's coming in. That could be trouble, and it drops foul. Alex put that one way up in the air. Had it been 5 feet to the right, I think it would have dropped for a hit. Yeah.
All right, now, Alex, just be disciplined. Come on.
El Cerrito coach seemed to think his left fielder should have made that play. 0-2. Ooh, nasty curveball.
Oh.
That came out of nowhere. Great pitch by Sukahira.
And it was a great pitch. Inside. All right, it's now resting on Hudson Williams' shoulders.
2 outs, runners on first and second. Number 2 hitter Williams at the plate. Now we'll see what Holby does. Is he going to send the runners? He does not. And there is a soft blooper to third base, gloved by Mendoza, and that is it. So a promising rally gets extinguished.
That is really, really tough. That is a tough one to stomach, but we got 1 inning left, Carter.
Yeah, I thought maybe we had something going there, but Hawks will have one more shot, but first they've got to keep it close.
Absolutely. I will own it if I make a mistake. I will always own it. I'm not one of those guys. I did the same thing back in the
This is great. My brother just sent me this from San Diego. They're watching the game.
See, we got audience.
I still might get attacked in the parking lot, but
Wanted to give a shout out to Durdham Rochereau watching from sunny, I hope it's sunny, San Diego, watching us on TAM TV, checking out the No Cap broadcast. So here we go, Narendra, 7th inning. These teams are playing each other close. We got the top of the order. The pitcher, Sukahira, coming in. And O'Brien is on the mound for one more. See if he can hold the Gauchos here. There's a hard line drive to second base and through into right center for a single. Murphy dove for that at second, but
Kicked off his glove.
Sukahira hit that hard. Set your infield here and your outfield. We've got Zinn at first, Murphy at second, Radix at short, Williams at third, McDonald behind the plate. Got Garlick in center. Is that Seamus and right? I think so. Who do you see? Is that? I think that's Ben Spring and left.
It is amazing how hard it is to tell.
Yeah, it's not easy. O'Brien holding the leadoff runner on.
Carter and Ukiah, there was one of the epic at-bats that I've seen. At-bat with a runner on with Will Weir, and I'll tell that in a second.
Runner's running, and that ball gets through McDonald. Taking a turn and holds it second. Calvin squared around. I guess the umpire did call that pitch. No, he called it a ball.
So Will had a runner on first, and he threw over 6, maybe 7 times in a row. I'm going to say 6. Hard. Nico's playing first. Will he didn't care if there were 100 people watching. He was going to do what Will was going to do, and then he came to the plate with the next pitch, struck the guy out. Next batter comes up. First pitch, he picks the guy off first.
He told me that story. I love that story.
It's a great sequence.
Nicely blocked by Blaze. In the dirt, 2-1 to Calvin. We're here in the top of the 7th, folks. Gauchos are up 5-4. No outs. Runner on second. Again in the dirt. Three-one pitch. There's a strike from O'Brien. Nice pitch.
Very nice pitch.
You know, Calvin's got this. Remember this from last game. Now he's fixed it. He's got something.
I can't figure out. It's just sort of hanging down like
a
a moose's waddle.
I don't know if it's a glove or what it is, but it just kind of flails around up there. Oh. No, he's going to call this. No?
Well.
I don't know what he could have done to get out of the way.
No, yeah, he kind of stood up and. Well, we're in a fix now. Nobody out. First and second.
And we've got a pinch hitter, Jamar Lincoln. I don't know if he's been announced, but this guy has not been in the game yet. Big righty. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Brian is in a jam. There's a foul ball down the right side. 0-1 to Lincoln. I think this kid played third base when we went over to El Cerrito, if I recall. Huge ninth grader.
Huge freshman.
Yep. So it's interesting. The Hawks have Alex Radix, the shortstop, holding the runner on, even though we've got a right-handed hitter. Maybe Holby thinks he's not going to get around. I don't know. And Dylan Murphy swung way around into the hole at second. Zinn is playing in front of the runner at first. Alex just kind of standing there. And there's a good pitch by Gale. Is that 0-2?
0-2.
There's a soft grounder to first. This is going to be trouble. Nobody's there. No one's there to cover first. Zin came over but didn't have a play. That just was a little dribbler that found a hole. Well, that's a tough break for the Hawks, but now all suddenly O'Brien's got bases loaded.
And we got the catcher,
And the cleanup
26. Well, get a little home to first.
Brooks is grounded out, safe on an air by the shortstop, and lined out to the second baseman. So he's officially 0 for 3. Hawks need to hope he stays that way. O'Brien in a jam. Infield is playing in. Ball's in the dirt, blocked well by McDonald.
You hear the occasional ambient bat swing. That is George Graham, who I think he pays rent now at the cages here.
Frequent flyer.
Yeah, frequent flyer. Maybe able to lease a cot in one of the sheds. He is what they say, putting the time in.
I don't have an out. I have no out.
Nobody? Okay, my bad.
The umpire was unaware of how many outs there were, which
Scoreboard had
glad
it
we
out.
could resolve that.
Well, the damn.
Better the ump than one of the TAM players. I'm hoping they all realize there are nobody.
Tam is
out.
coming home with this. All the infielders are playing in on the grass. And there's a foul ball to the right side out of play.
Gail had him nicely off balance on that pitch.
Yeah.
Feet were moving.
It seemed to be Holby's plan to saving out Garlic and Radix for tomorrow. And there's a dribble to short. Alex charges and comes home. Makes a nice, easy throw to first and gets the play. Great play by
Yep.
Radix.
That's one.
All right, so Radix
All right,
made
again.
the safe play there.
I think who's 25? We got.
This Monty Russell, he has been scorching the ball today.
He is. He hit like I said, a liner to left. I'd love to see Ben in a few.
Oof, that one was right down the middle.
It was.
Russell had a go at it. All right, let's see if Tam can somehow get out of this. Counts 0-1. Strikeout here would be huge. Okay, there's a pop fly. Zins ranges over. He may have a play. Ranges over, dives, and just can't quite get there. Nice try. Wasn't hit that
Nice
high.
strike.
Dropped right in the on-deck circle area for the Gauchos. Zen dove, but couldn't get there. But now we've got an 0-2 count. Brian's got some pitches to work with here. Let's see what he comes up with. Oh, and there's a line drive into the hole, into right field for a single. That'll plate one. Ball gets in quickly. Looks like they have him picked off third. Zinn throws back to third, and he is out. He got it at third.
Great throw.
What a play by
Colton.
Colton.
Great throw.
Wow. Cut that ball off. Seamus got there quickly. Made a great throw to Colton. And the runner just got a little too far around third, and Colton got him. I don't know that he got him, but the umpire said he got him, so we'll go with it.
You know, he's calling from far away, so
Oh.
I think Hudson sold it well. And unfortunately lost and all that is El Cerrito just scored the 6th run, so they are up 2 now
That's right. So now we've got
with their
a
big hitter at the plate.
6-4 lead with Norman West, a 6-hitter. That's Naaman
Naaman.
West, excuse me. Naaman had a big hit here last week. as I
yeah.
recall. I don't know what Garlick's doing out in center, but I hope he's
he's
working on his
he's
pitching
warming
motion.
on his
Oh.
pitching up.
No, Gale leaves that one outside.
It's hard to take the freshman out of the freshman.
On deck
yeah.
is Jorge Melgoza, a righty. Wouldn't
Yeah, Liam really does need to be saddled up and ready to go.
ball rolls away from McDonald, but the runners are not going. But now we have a 2-0 count. I don't know if Gale is thinking the same thing I am, that he'd rather face Mendoza with bases loaded than West with runners on first and second. We'll see. Ooh, stole the strike there. That one caught some part of the outside corner. Oh, there's a swing and a miss.
Really wanted to crush that.
O'Brien took something off that one.
Yeah.
We're going to close the door. We're getting a little drafty as the sun starts to set in the sky. And now we got 2-2 to West. Oh, he just got a piece of that one. Brian threw a shoulder-high fastball that West had to protect on. We'll do it again, 2-2. Will he give it to him? He will not.
Wow.
That was outside, but it was very similar to the one you called a strike 2 pitches ago.
Yeah.
So now O'Brien's got to come in, assuming he wants to challenge. Let's see what he does here. There's a foul ball down the first baseline.
This is a fun game, a fun atmosphere. There's a lot of chatter over in the visitor dugout. I think now that they've seen each other this many times, I think
these teams are well matched.
Yeah, they're all pretty relaxed. They're having a good time.
Yeah. I talked to some of the TAM players after the doubleheader at El Cerrito who said that the El Cerrito kids are great sportsmen and fun to play against. So you always like to hear that. Sometimes that's not always the case, but it looks like these boys are playing the game the right way. And there's a fake to second, no throw. Once again, we're at the top of the 7th. Gaucho's now up 6-4 over the Hawks. 3-2 to West. Oh, that's that. That's got to be a beautiful pitch.
That was a really
wow.
That might have been, given the circumstance, the pitch of the day right there.
Just as I was complimenting the Gaucho players on their sportsmanship, someone yelled out, "I love you," right when O'Brien was pitching, trying to rattle him.
Okay. Which
maybe isn't always appreciated, but I don't think they love that painted fastball.
Well, I think they just realized it had not the effect they were hoping for.
Well, this is it. We've got 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. Bottom of the 7th. Hawks down by 2. They have not put a runner across the plate since their 4 runs in the first inning. We've had some runners in scoring position, but haven't been able to get anybody home. We'll see who Holby sends to the plate. Sukahira is out for, I think this is going to be his 3rd inning.
I kind of called that last one a hit because I don't think you can call it an error if there's no one to throw to. He was safe at first by the time holding up.
Oh, yeah.
You can call it 10 if you want.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no,
how many errors do we have?
It's okay. We got lots of daylight.
Sukahira has, this will be his third inning. He's got 24 pitches.
We need a little more range on defense. We need a couple runs. Go home happy.
Coach Holby is over here at our booth. I don't want to give away any team secrets, so hopefully you can't hear the strategy.
Get them on, get them over, get them in.
You heard it, folks. Straight from the man. All right, let's see who we're sending up. It's McDonald staying in the third slot.
If you couldn't hear Holby over the, I know Carter has his mic on. He said, "Get him on, get him over, get him in." He'd like 3 runs. Over here in the booth, we'll take 2 and play extras, but
Yeah, why not? Although I promised my daughter I'd take her out for dessert tonight, so we can't stay out too late.
what does she think about this new gig you have?
I can tell you that she was on the phone with Mom last inning and wasn't too happy. Well, I don't know if she cares about what I'm doing, but she wants somebody home with her to hang out. I can tell you that.
Has she heard you?
She
Has she heard you on the
Yeah,
broadcast?
she doesn't seem to have too much interest in it.
Yeah.
Bridget.
Yeah, I have a daughter too, and I think that's
Somehow this isn't reaching them.
par for the
Is
course.
that right?
To
Yeah.
mix sports here.
Same for you?
Yeah, it's not.
All right, here we go. Bottom of the 7th. This is what you paid your money for. Ooh, starts McDonald off with a nice strike on the outside. See it, buddies. That one's outside. 1-1 to McDonald. Second baseman swung way over to the hole. The ball's in the dirt. 2-1. Hawks will take a base runner anywhere they can get him at this point. By the way, there's a nice time to mention that the Giants are 5-1.
Hey, he's consistent. Did not take that. I know. You know what happens? The Giants are giving up 2-3 runs a game. It turns out you can win in the MLB.
If you score 6
When
and
you-
the other guy gets 3, you win.
Get 4 more, keeping them to 2.
Oh, Blaze is really stepping out. My God.
Yeah, the head was not on that ball.
All right. Got to keep it. Colton and Blaze both need to keep it strong front shoulder. But
Well,
let's
there
not
we
swing
go.
at that one. I'm gonna strong front shoulder, bud.
You're in play over there. You need to get the ball out.
All right, I broke all the rules and tried to coach my kid from the broadcast booth, but that's just what I'm going to do.
Oh, wow. I mean, I'm looking at that, and that is very much on the, what I would call the righty batter
Yeah.
box line, not the
That one was
wait.
nothing he could do with that one. Let's see what we do here. And there's a grounder,
that's
soft
gonna
grounder to
work. I think
short.
That's going to work.
That may work. Shovels to second for 1, over to first. Safe. Oof.
I thought Blaze was going to be able to beat that. I'm not sure if he misread it. Was it cue ball?
A little bit of cue ball off the end of the bat. Colton's just pulling off it. No, there's 1 out. And we got Dylan Murphy back at the plate. There's a strike.
Yeah. Again, there's just nothing fancy to this. There's an enormous hole left side. Like, that is simply a ground ball.
Oh, throw back to first. Colton's back in. And there's a ball down the third base line. Third baseman comes up with it, throws to second, gets 1 to first. Double play. That's your game.
That is it.
What a
Beautiful
play.
5-4-3.
Wow.
Tough way to end it.
Great way to end it for the Gauchos. That's a baseball play right there. Dylan hit a slow, kind of medium speed ground ball. Third baseman made a strong throw to second. Second baseman turned it. I thought he was probably going to beat it out, but got him by a couple inches. And once again, the series stands at 3-1. Gauchos Hawks.
Yeah.
Gauchos take the season series. Don't know if we're seeing these kids again this year.
Too bad, but we did not score after the first, and we had a couple shaky plays, but team's looking good. We got who do you have? We have Justin Sienna tomorrow with a little trip up to the Napa Valley.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to make that one. I'd like to, but we'll see how.
I volunteered for the carpool.
Yeah, I heard my son's in your car, which is good.
Back in the day, it was you'd have the school van.
I know.
At least we did, but not anymore. They get carpooled up by their dedicated parents, family.
Well, when I played on the Berkeley High golf team, we went to matches in the old driver's education car.
Is that right?
And the number 1 and 2 players got to ride in the front, and the 4, 5, and 6 rode in the back. But the 3, 4, 5, and 6. But the important thing was if you were number 1, you could operate the brake that was on the passenger side.
Oh, nice.
The safety brake that the instructor would use. But our coach hated it when the player would brake unexpectedly. But that was, if you were playing in the number 1 seed, you got the privilege of operating the instructor brake.
We did not. We had some very low-budget vans, which the most notable story I can think of is I guess he was the head phys ed teacher, pulled the van up one day right in front of the main office. This was a small independent school in Connecticut. I mean, very small. And he left it in drive when he ran in to grab something. And the van had some aggressive in gear movement, and it just accelerated right into the office, smashed into the wall, broke the window, left a dent there that was a good souvenir for the rest of the year.
You don't like to see that.
No, I think about this now because all these kids are about to start learning how to drive, so it's heavy on my mind.
Well, are we going to do a player of the game or maybe wrap it up?
I think let's pick a couple highlights. You know how the Giants team does it.
Yeah, what's your play of the game or player of the game?
I'm going to pick Gale today.
Yeah.
I think Gale has had, he gets put in some tough spots. He doesn't always get the defensive support. And he gritted out a couple innings there in relief. And so I'm going to say Gale O'Brien.
Yeah, that's a good call. Gale, our game changer had Hugo pitching that last inning, but it was Gale. So, Gale looks like he gives up 5 hits, but just 1 run. And most importantly, walks none. Notably, Hudson had a very clean 2 innings, giving up 2 hits, striking out 2, no runs.
Yeah. For a kid who didn't pitch the last 2 years, it's very cool to see.
Nico got off to a great start and then had some sort of shaky defense and ran into a few scratches in the third, but I think he still needs to feel good about those first 2 innings. Been a long time since he started a baseball game.
The team looked pretty. The team looked good. I think both teams. One bad inning here or there. It's still a close game, 6-4.
Yeah, I think my player of the game is probably Hudson for those 2 shutout innings. He's not a pitcher by trade, but he keeps going out there and acting like one. If he's not careful, he's going to be pitching more. So your Tam Hawks on the day, we got some hits. Some of them were bunts. Some of them were dribblers, but 1 hit each for Radix, Williams, Nate Lee, Colton Zinn, Liam Garlick had a nice line drive, Yale, Nico, and Ben Spring, all with singles today. 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts for the Hawks. Maybe we wrap it now?
Yeah. Carter, it's a pleasure, as always.
Yeah, and thanks for doing all the setup. I appreciate it. I've struggled to get here on time. At least I got here before the ump.
Well, yeah, and we apologize for any audio glitches. Again, really not our. Some of this is well beyond our control, but we're trying to remedy things on the fly. So until the next game,
And and let me give you that before we sign off, just so y'all.
Oh, that's true. It's going to be after.
Yeah.
After
got-
spring break.
Tomorrow we're on the road, no radio. 4:00 game up in Napa, and then the kids get to take a week off from school, and we all get to relax a bit. And then our next game, when after break, is according to the schedule, is at San Marin on Wednesday the 16th. And we are on the road Friday the 18th at Vintage. And the next home game for the No Cap broadcast team is going to be home against the arch rival Redwood team.
Redwood Froshy. They have some sophomores on there, but you know what? We're ready. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Come on out.
Boys circled that one. There was also a makeup game against Redwood that says it's going off on the 9th next week, but I'm skeptical of that, folks. But we'll let you know if that's on. Anyway, that's it from Sunny Mill Valley, where your Hawks go down 6-4 to the El Cerrito Gauchos, and we will see you after the break.